In the name of international news media, once again, this is Awi Abayari welcoming you to another edition of Public Affairs. Today, we are going to discuss about travel and a lot of tips that will come from a travel expert representing AAA. And she's a wonderful person. Most especially, she's very beautiful. she she has helped many people travel around the world, and she's a traveler herself. Her name is Ludy De Castro. Welcome to the show, Ludy, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, nice to talk to you again.
Thank you. Well, as you know, many people had been calling because of their concerns about travel. How has this pandemic affected the travel scenario this year and for many years to come?
Well, this year is really terrible for travel.
Yes.
A lot of people, not so much of the people themselves traveling, it's the vendors. They're, for the protection of their clients, they rather cancel their trip to protect everybody, which is, I think, a good thing to do. But of course, it's hurting everybody.
Yes.
But it's always good. First is safety. So I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of the vendors have canceled their tours or cruises for the protection of everybody.
Well, I had many questions from people who are concerned about the reservations they had made last year, but were never able to travel. In other words, how does the refund policy work?
Depending on each vendor, everybody is different. But a lot of them are very considerate about the whole situation because people plan ahead of time, and then they, of course, they never expected something like this will happen. So most of them gave a full refund. Of course, it's even though they have travel insurance, of course, it's good to have travel insurance. You get your refund maybe faster to the insurance company. But most of them, even though you don't have travel insurance, they were able to get refund of their trip, either a refund or a future travel credit, depending on the company. Cruises, they're refunding it. Like the tour company, most of the time they give you future travel credit that you can use at a later date, up to 2 years later. So they're really very flexible.
So for those people who have not received any response or any type of concession that were given to them by some agencies, what do you suggest they do?
Well, if they don't have travel insurance, really there's not. You just have to go to the vendor. That's why it's good to book with AAA because because we're on top of every refund or every scenario when it comes to this one. AAA, most of my clients have gotten their refund or future travel credit.
I see.
No problem at all.
Yes. Let's talk about different types of travel now. I guess because of the the first time challenging situation because of the pandemic, people are opting to travel by land now. Do you see people traveling, just driving and maybe renting an RV and doing camping and all that sort of thing instead of flying?
I have noticed that people are tending to rent an RV and do a road trip. But of course, in California, it's fine. But traveling interstate, you have to check each state to see what their rules and regulation regarding, traveling from one state to the next state.
Yes.
Because California has the highest, infection for coronavirus. So a lot of states are trying to keep Californians from entering their state. So you just have to check each state what their regulation before planning a trip.
That's right. You mentioned AAA. In terms of land travel, does AAA then have services in terms of doing roadside trip, like renting an RV, so on and so forth for camping?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Definitely, we can assist them in renting an RV. Remember, I've done it for you before.
Yeah. That's right. That's correct. But then for many days, like for a week or two, you do facilitate. I see. So give us information about doing a road trip for those listening today, and later we'll go on for the cruises and perhaps now international flights. So by road trip, what is your advice?
First, plan your trip, where you're going, so you know that those places are open for anything, for restaurants or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everything is open in California now. They're going to another states, depending on the state, and what's open on the road, whether the gas station is open or you just have to check. I mean, make sure before traveling to check all those places or the route you're taking.